Good evening. We are here for half an hour doing a Lama Lab Test. Then we're into the Aussie Hump Day Ride. Hope everybody is well. Can I get a P in the chat for Peloton, who launched today in Australia? It's probably as much coverage as I'll ever get here on the channel, so let's leave it at that. P in the chat for Peloton. Anyway, let's get stuck into this. So I'm on the Suto T tonight. I have an audience down here running off with all my tools. Hey, buddy. Hey, you want to come say good day? Yeah? He's halfway there. I can see your head, Maxwell. I can see a Maxwell peeping. Alrighty. So the trainer's warmed up, the trainer's spun down. We'll get stuck into this. I'm here in chat. And then it'll only be a Lama Lab Test short tonight. And then over for an hour on the Hump Day Ride. Let me know if the music's too loud, too soft. I need some tunes to get me through these. Von. Okay, we'll see you later, buddy. Thanks for visiting. Someone wants to grab the bike. Bye, Max. Close the door too, please. Thanks. Oh, he's really not happy with that. Alrighty. Time is thin. Let's get it stuck into it. We need the... I can do the Lama Lab Test short. This will do. I've got to manipulate this so it's on the numbers that I need. 200, 250. Not sure we'll get to the overs and unders. We'll get through this section, which will be a warm-up. What else do I need to make sure that I've got? Hey, controllable trainer. That was unticked so I could use the Elite app to do the spin down. Elite do have spin downs now in game over direct Bluetooth only. Not over AMP plus FEC, and not via the companion app. You can do it if you're straight direct to Bluetooth. But as is the way of the world, my Bluetooth here is... Let's not speak about Bluetooth on Windows. It's not good. We've got half a solution, but I still couldn't find the trainer. Gear selection. Number 7. 6 on the back. Small ring on the front. Straight chain line. Clean chain. Clean cassette. Let's get stuck into this so I can have more of a rest between finishing and the Aussie Hump Day Ride starting, and it's just popped up on the bottom corner. The race is on. We're going to finish this workout and get to the pens on time. Alrighty. As mentioned in my last live stream, going into the competition for the rival, and do be aware you need to fill in the form that is sent out once you're done. New channel name, Cycling Perth. Cycling in Perth is good fun. The subscribers only chat, yeah. I think my last stream resulted in -1 subscribers. These live streams are absolute a waste of time, to be honest, for growing the channel and monetization. But look, it is what it is. I'm on here riding anyway, so it's nice to jump into the chat and get these done live. It'll go back on. The subscribers only chat will go back on. But let's be honest, not a lot of people like to watch middle-aged men sweat on an indoor trainer. I've got to head over to TikTok to get noticed. And I can't dance. Alrighty. I've got the countdown time there, 27 minutes before we join the Hump Day Ride. 32 minutes of this workout, which I can chop short. That's okay for what I'm doing tonight. we'll head over to the flats. If you're looking for a ride to do in half an hour, feel free to jump on. It's a public ride. Not yet. I think there was over 100, 150 signed up, 180 I think it was. We're heading over to London. So it's a relatively flat ride for the AHDR. There hasn't been a lot of trolls lately, which is fine by me. There's abuse that comes through on a regular, but that's just straight up block after I make fun of them in private. It's a downtime though at the moment for indoor cycling. And there's not a lot of indoor cycling tech happening at the moment. Everyone's outdoors. So I think a lot of the trolls are outside. Fine by me. Alrighty. Working up a sweat already. I still have the blue thumbs falling from the sky. I am yet to switch those off. I'm leaving my Zwift install as vanilla as possible whilst we troubleshoot the Bluetooth issues. I haven't looped back to the Jet Black, no. I still have it here in a box. So the only thing that I do looping back to the Jet Black trainer will be looking at the heat drift. But that requires about an hour or 45 minutes at 270 to 300 watts. And there's not much I can really report on if it drifts or even if it doesn't. I was hoping if they did address the heat drift in those zones, there'd be a firmware update or an email or something. But I haven't looked back to that. But as we saw in Ray's review today, it performs pretty well. Or it did under Ray's testing as well, so another set of data that backs up my experience. Alright, the Hump Day Ride. I haven't done one for a few weeks, not the official Hump Day Ride. We did one on Sunday night, I think it was. That was a real easy one. But the Hump Day Ride on Wednesday night's the one in 23 minutes. The last lap of that, oh, that can be as hard as any race you'll ever do. Not planning on hitting it hard tonight. Hey Johnny, how you doing? It's going to cut this segment short, but I've got tons of time, so I can't do it. And we're only sitting on 200 watts. Breezy, welcome along. Haven't seen any chat from Twitch. Maybe I need to go into the hot tub to entice a few Twitch viewers over. This as a workout? What, the hot tub or the Lama Lab Test? The Lama Lab Test in one version is up on Oh, you haven't seen the hot tub before? Mate, it's where it's at. There's one version of the Lama Lab Test up on zwiftcoach.com. Right down the bottom. But when I release this, I'll do a video on it, like the Lama Lab Test release. I'll put up some downloads. It would be nice to have it available across multiple platforms. If I can make it for just an erg file that will work across anything. But there's not a lot of software out there that does both sim mode and erg mode and level mode all in the one workout. I'll look more into that. Llama corn. The TDF llama on the banner of my Facebook page. Oh, look at those wheels wobbling around. I have inside word that the shadows are fixed by this time tomorrow. All right, one down. Almost. Next section. Oh, that's right, I've got a sprint in this one too. Oh no. I forgot about the sprint. I'm here for the steady state. Alright, I owe you a sprint. There's the 250 zone. It's coming in hot. We'll get this done and we can go sit over in the pens with everybody. And hopefully have an easy hump day. I'm working hard. I'm working harder than normal in this. Up, up, up. Boom, instant. No messing about, that was straight into 250. Getting these bottles ready today. I didn't have the lid secured as I shook the mix. 5 minutes of my day spent cleaning the kitchen. I am in erg mode. Yes, I am. I've been using a lot of erg mode lately. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but it serves a really good purpose, especially for power meter testing. And I'm working way too hard for this. Whew. 170. Today possibly should have been a rest day. Sub-threshold, steady state, erg works well. Also depends on the trainer too. You'll notice the numbers jumping around a lot. There's no power smoothing in Zwift in erg mode, even though I have the 3-second smoothing turned on. For easy, there's no best smart trainers. There's not one that rules them all, unfortunately. all the trainer companies are now at a point where they have their premium offering, which are all quiet, pretty accurate, offer cadence as well, support through axles. And then a lot of them also have the mid-range. Which are about the same. Oh, there's the Cocoa Bunch. Favorite? I'm on the Kicker 5 a lot at the moment. That's also doing a lot of power testing. The Kicker Core is a solid unit. Attacks have been very quiet lately, very quiet. Holy hell, I am cooked. Look at that heart rate. Yes, both. The Kicker Out Plus and Bluetooth. Five minutes to go, come on. I'm mighty uncomfortable. Well, everyone's got to meet the Kicker 5 yet. There's lack of support for the Direct Connect. So the Kicker 5 has features that aren't even being tapped into yet. I guess the question is whether any of the trainer companies go. They're quiet, accurate, enough. Cadence through axle, as I said before. They tick all the boxes. Maybe cheaper, but I highly doubt that. I might look comfy, but I'm not feeling it. Look at that heart rate. Brutal. $174. I am done. I am done like a roast. 4 to 5. It depends. Kicker 18's got cadence, I believe. Through axle support. It's been a while since I've checked the specs. Crank arm power meter. Single-sided, pretty much anything. If you go to Gplama.com and have a look at the cycling power meter reviews or cycling power meter guide, I updated that 3 days ago. So just on Gplama.com with a summary of every power meter that I've used and my rating. Oh, I'm done, I'm done. That heart rate is through the roof. I'm sitting on less heart rate during my morning sessions at 300. Stop nagging me. All right, I'm going to pull out at 2 minutes to go and do the sprint. So I can have a decent rest before the hump day ride. All we need is above 1,000 watts and I'll be happy. Gear up. Breaks me to sim mode. One more gear for fun. Oh, it spun way out. That was horrible. That was horrible. Not enough gear. Well, I'm done. No, that was not a good sprint. It levels out the graph, that's about all that does when I look at the data. Yeah, that was... We'll just watch that heart rate slowly come down before we jump over into the pens for the hopefully easy group ride. That was... Got me questioning doing workouts of an evening. Good morning, Belgium. Was over there 2 years ago for the start of the tour. Oh, that was horrible. Jeez. Jeez. Right, we'll reset the buttons after this ride tonight, so we've got another hour to go. So we've got 10 minutes 30, bunch ride, put the legs up tonight, and we'll try again tomorrow morning. Back again with the 5x5s. Oh. I thought that would have been a walk in the park. Not the case, not the case. Things do change with different trainers too. Just different flywheel, different sort of momentum of the pedals. That could possibly be contributing. I'll have a look at the heart rate, the cadence. I'll dive into that once the ride's done. I'm not worrying about the overs and unders. Let's get back to free ride. Whoosh. Nice little warm up. Titans Grove's always a good warm up. You can ride out, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then 2.5 minute climb. Gets the heart rate up, gets the cadence, gets the power up, gets the resistance flowing on the trainer. Stop there for a spin down, or there somewhere. Trainer spin down and away I went. Alright. We'll join the event in a few minutes. Too much caffeine? Possibly. I don't know, the heart rate was right up. Last week was probably the hardest week I've had on the bike for 6 months. I'm trying to do a bit of a build phase with those 5x5s, and that's working well. But there's always going to be a point where it's too much. I'll see how I go tomorrow. I'll get you back on the smart bike. I'm on my bike tonight, actually, just testing a few other things. Protein shakes, more protein shakes. The heart rate came down pretty fast. That's a good sign. I'm feeling awesome now. Feeling fine now. It just 10 minutes dragged on. Alrighty. Hey buddy, how you doing? Good. Yeah. You going for a bottle? You gonna come say hello? Maxwell's here. You come say hello, Maxie? Oh, hello. Oh, you want to come up? You want to come up? Okay, come in. No. Can you pedal? Maxie, yeah? Yeah, you sit. You pedal for me. Yeah, you pedal. Pedal. You got beautiful hair. Yeah, you got beautiful hair in the wind. Yeah. All right, say hi, chat. Hi, chat. All right, you want to hop down with Mama? No. Here you go. Thanks for your company. Thanks, buddy. Is that cheating on Zwift if he was actually pushing out on my thighs? Thanks, Maxie. Thanks, buddy. Lewis, the jersey's level 42 unlock. You see where Max was in front of my heart rate strap? It's actually dropped out the data. Interesting. All right, let's save this data. 1, 2. Data's not done yet, mate. Data's just warmed up. Yeah, go that. See you, mate. Thanks for visiting. What a little dude. He's growing up very, very fast. Very proud of the little man. Going between erg mode and sim mode on Zwift in workouts is pretty easy. You just need to manipulate the ZWO file with whatever you need. I don't think you can... there's free ride mode. Yeah, I think you just drop in a free ride mode in the workout editor. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, there's free ride. But once you create that workout, you can go free ride and have flat roads on or off. And what that means is it goes on level mode, or if flat roads is 0, I believe it takes the simulation gradient, or the gradient simulation of what you're riding. So I think I have flat road off there so I can hit a hill. Anyhow, I think I've covered that in a video. Just search for Gplama workout flat ride or something like that. It's super cool though. It's really handy to be able to do both. We'll hit join event. Let's go over. Where are we heading? London. I just wish they had slope mode so you could say, look, 5 minutes at 8% gradient. There's no way of doing that. Or 5% at 4% gradient. Holy wow, look at all these numbers. There's a lot of people. Am I still on the Buffalo bike? No, they've plonked us on a Giant. I have a green Giant. I've got the disc wheel. I kept my wheels and then dumped the frame. Good to see we're running the Durace 9000 mechanical from 2013. Still no pedals. No pedals in the bikes. What's going on? Alright, let's get these all sorted, all done. Another thing as well they need to fix is that any effort done in the start pen here, the data is discarded. So if you do an epic warm-up in here and you're linking to a third party such as Strava, Training Peaks, anywhere else, the data doesn't exist. So you could do an FTP effort for half an hour as a warm-up and that doesn't count towards your fitness tracking. I think it should. I think it should. If you continue on after a ride or a race or an event, that data's still captured. Hey. Hey, buddy. Okay, is it your bedtime? Say, yeah, okay. We'll see you tomorrow morning, buddy. All right, see you, bye. Oh, you want to ride with Dad? Yeah, he wants to ride with Dad. All right. Bye, Max. Good night, buddy. All right. No, nice. He just hit his head on the door on the way out. He's got a massive head. Fun and games. Split the data into laps. Yeah, no, I think the reason why they do it the way they do is because the timing of the start of an event. It's probably much easier to calculate results when everybody has the same start time. Whereas if I jumped on half an hour early, someone jumps on 5 seconds to go, they're going to have to backtrack through the data. But again, just virtual timing mats or something. It would be nice. I'm in plus 10 GMT, so it's about 7 o'clock at night here. I hope the pace isn't too hot for this ride. I know on the last lap it always is. Okay, so that's one data set. That was the Lama Lab Test short captured. Just a group ride. Three, 6, 5. Let's go with the power meter on the bike. Just to squeeze a couple of watts maybe out of the effort that I'm going to be doing. Lack of map location, speed data when warming up. Yeah, but you've still got power over time, so you should be able to... That's still an effort. It wouldn't look any good on Strava. Elite FE, no, it's just the Suto. The Suto T in particular. It's the Suto T, which is the Suto without the cassette. Those cranks wobbly. Those cranks are wobbly. Have a look at that. The bottom. Can you see the spindle in the green bike that I'm on? That spindle's going up and down. See? It's probably... I can see it in 4K. Alright, how many people do we have on? We have 204. It's huge. Okay, there should be a wheel to sit on, regardless. Engineer rum, did I get that right? How are we doing? Tough after party on this course. Yes, it is. Right, but it's not a bad one if you just get sucked along with the bunch that goes and don't race the front. And by the time Pac-Man comes through, which is the sweeping bunch that's chasing, it's not bad. Okay, as always, you don't sit on the start line of Zwift for 10 seconds to go at 50 watts. Warm up in velodrome, yeah? Maybe. What do we have? 221. Away we go. Alright, stay with the beacon. Melinda, Bluetooth is better, but not solved. I managed to crash Zwift again the other day. Same issue with Bluetooth. Yeah, on the heart rate sensor pairing, it drops, it says not connected, 0 BPM. And then you go click again and Zwift hangs. That occurred again the other day. I just really hope they can, how would you say the word, strengthen the pairing subsystems? Or even better, how about we just have a pairing sensor lock where it says I'm only ever going to use this heart rate strap. Don't search for it, don't just connect to it, just bang, connect, straight, done. Don't worry about scanning through keys and scanning what the neighbour has on offer. TV guy, you won't have to wait very long. It's mid-month. Update is due. Hey, Poop Scoop, thanks for the £5. Take the graph off. This is a better pace than my ergo workout. Ah. So the Hump Day Ride is one of the best behaved rides. I think it's one of the longest rides that's been going on Zwift too. Thank you, Alexander. You look back. All right, we're in good position. Nadsy, Lots of familiar faces. Feel free to jump in the chat too if you have any questions on the videos I've done recently, or questions about tech on your bike, or anything. Fire away. What a week. So Tim's up in New South Wales, and the good old Roan's doing the tour to infection up there at the moment. No, Apple TV and heart rate issues or Bluetooth issues are different again. Bluetooth to Apple products is usually pretty good, unless the sensor's a bit dodgy. How old is the heart rate sensor? James Shepard, I'm here just to go on YouTube. Yeah, I've seen a few reports of people trying to do dual pairing with their power meter and a smart trainer separately and having issues. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Apple TV, okay. Chalk that up for 2 Apple TV issues. Oh, I still haven't put my climbing switcher on this bike, or climbing changer. Need to get that sorted. Massive bunch. I'm in full screen, am I? How about we go in the hot tub for a bit and cool down? That's a cold tub actually, it's not even a hot tub. That's why it's not working for me on Twitch. Damn! Gone. Oh. It used to be fine, yeah, that's the problem with tech issues, that when things used to work and now they don't, it's a process of elimination from there. First thing I always try and do is work out what am I responsible for. Batteries, new strap. I've tried 3 different heart rate straps for mine. Can replicate the whole thing. I can even replicate it on another machine. It doesn't crash out, but it locks and hangs and then recovers. So something's up. There's only a certain amount of time, but I guess people will spend trying to debug things before they just go, you know what, screw it. It's how it is. But I'd still like to push Zwift, and I'll keep pushing them with the sensor pairing stuff, because it's so frustrating. Catching most of the Tour de France, yes. It starts sort of mid-evening here. Finishes way too late. But the Aussies are doing well, or whoever's left. But the tour changes in week 3. There's almost 2 races in one. Oh, there's multiple races for the points and things, but stage winner's usually not the yellow jersey wearer. But we have to get straight on where they roll in. Oh, who put this hill on London? I'm past the fence. I'm singeing my virtual beard on the fence. That's a very slow roll around there. Very pedestrian paced, which I don't mind tonight. been a while since I've ridden London. I still have one badge to tick off on this course. There's no guesses which badge that is. So you can see the bunch here is so well behaved, except me, who I'm a little bit far ahead of the beacon. Good little group of 244 riders. That's not bad. Zwift just coming out of, or indoor cycling in general, if you look at the trends. I think 2 weeks ago was the lowest point of the year for participation of indoor cycling. There's good reason for that. The rest of the world is in summer. So from here on, the numbers just slowly tick up through till, I think it's, actually I don't know when the downturn is, but it goes pretty strong from late July, definitely all the way up to Christmas. I think March or so, it starts dipping down again. Though I haven't seen more than 10,000 people on Zwift for a while. Stop talking about food. Someone said lasagna. Jeez. My heart rate's low. No, that's a good thing. It was too high before. This is just a chilled ride. I did a little Lama Lab Test about 20 minutes ago. My heart rate was way too high for that. This is just a chilled ride. We have to pretty much ride with the beacon until the last lap. And if people want to go and go hard, they can. And race the last lap. I might get sucked along a little bit with the front group. And then they'll take off. I'm not going to go too hard. Maybe drop back to the Pac-Man group. Probably halfway through the last lap. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, absolutely. If you have moving air around your smart trainer, it can help with if you're encountering drift. Smart trainers get very, very, very hot. That energy has to go somewhere. Most of it is into heat, into the flywheel. Good call, Johnny. Tell what it is. How many days have we got for the head-to-head? When is that? 14? Is it 2 or 3 days away? Two very little known Ironman triathlete. What's the triathletes, aren't they? You would have never heard of them. Going head to head. There's going to be fireworks. What's the format? Let me know. There we go, the Zwift Tri Battle. Yeah, there we go. So Talbot, what's the, if you've got a second, Talbot, give us a bit of a rundown as I break through the barrier. Is it just the two? Do they start side by side? The Olympics are more focused around the track, but I will be watching the Olympic road race. That's always a good showing, given that most of the riders, all of the riders are representing their country, not their trade teams. So that changes the dynamic for quite a lot of them. Track, depends what's on really. Hopefully everything's on at a decent time zone. I think we're 2 hours behind him. Okay, here we go. Gun Lionel head to head. Zwift has it set up. Full distance Ironman. They swim 2.4 miles, 112, 2.6. They start with each other and race on a closed course. Oh. Now, is that live streamed start to finish? Please say yes. Okay, that's cool. So Zwift are taking their data and everyone can race at their same pace on Zwift while the race is going on. Awesome. Yeah, I'd be keen to know how they're doing it all. Probably a bit close to the event to set everything up. I'll let the techies do their techie thing. I'm sure they've got enough stress. But it is a really difficult thing to do, broadcast live data and have it accurate, or even have it broadcast bang, with meaning. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're looking at, say, Cav in a bunch during the Tour de France stage, he might be just sitting on a wheel doing 115 watts. That doesn't... Ooh. It's at the end where we want to see it. Or as a replay at the end. So the more longer term real-time data, such as Cav's last 5 minutes up this climb, or even when the climber guys or girls are on the front, if we can see what they're sitting on in real time, though invasion of privacy, etc. I guess they want to keep their power numbers closed. But that would be cool. Like to see what lead out men are doing on the front before peeling off. Like they'd be ripping 600, 700, 800, 900 watts for what, 500, 600, 700 meters? I'm just making numbers up, but that's the kind of level that they're at. And the numbers they're pushing out just to get the wind out of the way for their sprinter that then start their job. It's phenomenal. I'd love to see that in real time. Thanks, Talbot. Much appreciated. I met Lionel over in New York at the Zwift Run launch a few years back. And as you'd expect, he's a nice guy. Who'd have thought? I'll be tuning into the head-to-head race. Sounds like a bit of fun to watch, not to do. Oh, and if you're after Zwift updates, tune in tomorrow. Probably by about this time. Got a few things to cover. Might even spin up another live stream. It's raining for the whole week here in Ballarat. And it's currently, it's 9 degrees out now. That's quite balmy. Oh, nearest the pin shot taken. I missed the nearest the pin. So Tim Searle runs a nearest the pin competition. If you are next to him at certain times and he takes a screenshot, you'll get a sticker or a t-shirt or a cup or a mug, whatever's on offer in the week. 19 in the Netherlands. When was I in the Netherlands last? Oh, I'm getting cold. Good night, Max. I have been to the Netherlands when it's been cold. Not pleasant. I've also been there when it's warm too. Beautiful place. I've got to say, this ride is much more pleasant than the erg mode session I just done. So Tim Searle has had issues with his power meter at home. Not the power meter on the bike, the power meter that measures the power used in his home. His real power meter. That's why there's chat up there. So I became an expert on how to read a real power meter today. From the 1970s or 60s, I think it was. Oh, really? See, I don't get a say on the ads. I just click on yes, play ads, because that's how I get monetized. I think what the advertisers do, they have a look at what tags are put on the video, maybe what titles put on the video. Zwift no doubt have got their marketing department on anything tagged with Zwift, or possibly Smart Trainer or something like that. Coffee's a good one. It also depends where you are in the world. Oval chain rings on a turbo. I don't know the answer to that one. Probably not. I know oval chain rings on a lot of power meters will cause them to read a little high because they use cadence and torque to give you a power number. And with oval rings or non-round rings, oval, isometric, whatever they call them, the cadence changes throughout the pedal stroke. I think that's the basics of it. A power meter such as the Vero Asioma, I believe, have a higher frequency of monitoring the cadence and will be able to compensate or calculate correct power with non-round rings. As for smart trainers though, no, I don't think it would be too far out. Not something that I've tried though. And it's one of those things where no one's got a real true answer. You just can't switch and say, it's made a world of difference. I think it's one of those things where they say, you've got to give it 6 weeks or 8 weeks to adapt. And even then, I question, is it because people during those 6 to 8 weeks do better training, they see their numbers go up? Or could it be people who say, I'd help straight away? Could they have the power meter that doesn't support oval rings and their numbers are up a little bit anyway? Don't know. There really isn't enough demand for knowledge about them for me to be interested. But you never know. But some people will swear by them and some people will laugh at them. So there's a risk in doing content on those. Welcome along, Barry. 20 minutes in, 40 minutes to go, I think. Yeah, that'll be about right. Look, it'll be worth giving a shot. If you want to put some oval rings on, if they're going to help with your pedal stroke, sure. I did get the Karoo 2. I did indeed. The Karoo 2 arrived. They saw my video on the climber functionality on the Karoo 1. And as I said in that video, they do quite a lot of firmware updates, and I love a good firmware update. I love a good changelog. I went today through the updates to the Rival. Now, I haven't covered those in every release. Watches really aren't my thing, but I thought there was enough of them to bundle up into one video and cover it all, referencing Ray's material and links off to those where he's dug into a lot of the running stuff too. But the Rival competition over on Strava, I had to point out that of the 2 competitions that I can see running this month, there's others as well. Oakley are giving away 2 prizes. Wahoo are giving away 250. That's phenomenal, that is. Is this an event that you can join through the companion app? It will be on the list of events. It's on the public list of events to join. Late join's probably over for this now though. Unless it's half an hour. Anybody else been following Lockie Morton's Not the Tour? What an effort. His last ride was, I think, 22 hours, 560 Ks. Unbelievable. I was going to say that downhill's fantastic until you get to the opposite side. Oof. Alrighty. This is much better than erg mode. So much better than erg mode. Meters, no, we're good, we're good. Any news on the Asioma and Shimano pedal bodies? I think we saw Asioma tweet out, was it the 19th as the date? That's all we've seen so far. Lap 1 of 3, we're only on the first lap, you're kidding me. We've been going for 25 minutes. Big stage of the tour tonight, Troy, you're not wrong. And I think tonight will be another good one to watch because the hills are at the end of the stage rather than all through the stage. So depending on how the break goes, I'm guessing the yellow jersey or the GC group will probably let the non-contenders for GC go, possibly win the stage, but I'm really hoping some of those GC hopefuls light it up late in the stage. Let's have a look at the Pro Cycling stats and have a look at the gradient. I'm not going to be able to pull it up on the screen here, I don't have a web browser. There we go, yeah, brilliant. So we've got Perisord, it starts at around 120 in. Huge day of the tour. And my guess is the break will get it and get the win, but hopefully some GC contenders will really put the heat on the first climb. They'll have another 2 to go. That'd be good to see. Steve, new bike computer. Let's have a chat about that. How linked are you to Garmin Connect? If everything you do is in Garmin Connect, if you're tracking everything, if you have a Garmin watch, and you like tracking your fitness and freshness and all that via that, then you'll be sticking with the Garmin ecosystem. The Edge 510. If you're going new from the Edge 510, you'll be skipping the 520 and going to the 530, 830, or maybe the 1030 plus. I'm not sure if the 510 had Connect IQ apps. They're pretty cool on the Garmin side. But if you're not linked to any of that, if you're not using any Connect IQ apps, if you're not really in love with Garmin Connect, Then on the Wahoo side of things, you've got the option of the Roam or the Bolt 2. If you want simplicity in setup and all of the basic functions nailed, that's the Wahoo side of things. If you want things like touchscreen, additional apps with Connect IQ, then it's over to the Garmin Edge units. So it really depends what your use is. The Karoo 2 also does a lot of things very good. It's a bit different though, it just sits out to the side a little bit. I might put it in a video one day, and I think I've spoken about this before. I have a scale of technology from, let's just say, iPhone level technology down to Casio watch level technology as a spectrum. So super dumb through to super smart. And head units sit on different parts of that scale. The Karoo 2 is definitely up towards the iPhone or the smartphone end. The Garmin's are a little bit back. The Wahoo's a little bit back this way again. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes simple is good, but it also gives us an insight on what might be available in the future through updates and things. Froome invested in Hammerhead. Yeah, whatever pro cyclists do. Froome also used to shove those things up his nose too, called the turbines. Where are they these days? So what pros do, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not influenced by pros, I guess. Unless they're choosing equipment based on non-sponsored events. Alex Dowsett, for example, for his hour record, wasn't via his team, so he chose another brand power meter. That's the thing I look closely at. Not to say they can't contribute though. Obviously Froome does a bit of riding. And there's some genuine sponsorships out there, I'm sure of it. But yeah, I like to have my own hands on. How does it work for me? I mean, we're all not Froome, we're all not pro cyclists, so our requirements are a little different again. Having said that, I test power meters, sometimes multiple times per day, so killer accuracy and repeatability and proper left-right balance and reliability, that's key for what I do. Which is different to a pro rider who just wants to go out and ride. It's consistent, it's pretty much good enough for them. Media reviews coming up. There's a lot in the pipe, but I've also got to do my due diligence. I'm at a stage now, if I put out a review and say, this unit did this, blah, then companies crack the shits. But I didn't give enough time to respond. Hell, I've even had companies that don't even have a product on the market yet email me saying they're not happy with me, what I'm saying on the forums. Which is bullshit, and I told them that. So, I've got to be super confident in what I say and what I do. Which is what comes with where things are at with the numbers that I have, which is cool. Yeah, the Karoo 2, see Barry, for things that I do a lot of sensor data collection, and the way the Karoo collects sensor data is the same with the Rival actually. It pulls it all into one sensor, so I can't split them out easy to identify what's what. That's a bit weird. They also don't record, they display Di2 data and access data from ETAP, but they don't record that data. So when I want to jump over and analyze gear shifts or anything out of the SRAM access web, it's not there with the Karoo 2. So again, that's on my list of things to send over to them to have a look at. But again, that's not the concern of most people. As long as they turn it on, it pairs, it works, done. That's good enough. Queensland versus New South Wales. What, for corona cases, or? I'm in Victoria, we don't do rugby ball, if that's what you're referring to. Andrew's on the Aussie Hump Unos, excellent. I'm on a set of duos tonight. State of Origin's on. Is the border open? Do we even allow for that? Or are they playing in Perth or something? Australia's a bit messy at the moment with restrictions. Playing on the Gold Coast. Abay, there is a lot of rain in Ballarat. A lot. Explode for GPS? No, I don't believe so. No, I remember doing the Noza S trainer, which I think had some drift issues. And Tim, on that, I do appreciate that. I'm always trying to find out what works and what works really well. I have a list of products that people love. And it's easy for me, when people ask should I get the Asiomas? My reply is, well, a lot of people love them. I also love them, but that's irrelevant. Look at the group feedback on the Asiomas almost anywhere. It's fantastic. So I'm keeping a list of products that I see similar positive feedback across the board with. Again, just an idea for a video I might do in the future. The Asiomas are definitely on that list. And there's 2 other power meters on the list too. Not to say people won't ever have issues, of course there's always going to be issues. But let's just say there's certain power meters that won't be on that list. And none of it's new information. As soon as if I do a video of that, people will be like, yep, yep, yep. NRL. Oh, now Tim's talking about it. We can't escape. Okay, to get a set of Asiomas out of travel mode without the charger, you can just simply short circuit them. Clip a couple of volts from a USB port with raw wires. Don't do that though. I did it as a test because someone was caught traveling with them in travel mode, which puts them to sleep until they are plugged back in, but you can wake them up without the charger. Not supported, probably voids warranty. Don't do it. If you're really stuck, it works. That's the kind of content that I'd love to do, but I'm sure Favero would be like, take that down, void warranty, send in the lawyers. No issues with accuracy with the auto calibration, no. Most of my rides are still done with a manual calibration. Remembering for it to do auto cal, the bike has to be upright, still, nothing landing on the pedal. So there really is no difference between the auto cal and the manual cal, as I understand. They haven't released much information about the auto cal. Garmin have with the Vectors. I think the Vectors will do an auto cal. I think the Vectors go to sleep after 5 minutes of inactivity, and then if they're straight, not on an angle, nothing put on them, before they go to sleep they'll do a 0. Favero haven't released the specifics about when they do theirs. I don't want to hear from lawyers anymore. I get so worked up when I get emails, say from Hummel or from Peloton. It's just, it's not hard to know when you're either ripping someone off or trading on their name, or just genuinely doing things that would cross that line where you might be infringing copyright or trademarks, or look, even something like reverse engineering Zwift to a point where I showed you how to blow away the thumbs. That is almost crossing the line. Technically it is, and I get that. But when the ones come out of the blue for things like a t-shirt on Redbubble from 4 years ago that I sold one of to the general public, the others were my own or the law firm that was trying to sue me or do whatever. It's just bizarre. But I guess my neck is out there, my nose is out there, my head is up. I'll have a shot. The unfiltered response from me is fuck 'em. My more polite response on live stream is I'll deal with them in a direct way. It's frustrating. I mean, when you've got other channels out there, and you know the ones we're talking about, that have content with a lot of swearing, a lot of borderline exploitation. Come on. What the fuck? Anyhow, more happier topics. That's why I'm happy poking the stick at Peloton. So Peloton launched in Australia today. I said at the start of the stream, I wouldn't mention it again. Let's have a chat about that. Good on them. Launching in Australia, that's great. But I will continue to poke them every time I get a chance. A multi-billion-dollar organisation coming after a one-man band with a small front room and a few fucking cameras. They're coming after me? Fuck them. Sorry, swear warning. I'm pretty sure everyone watching would agree. Hummel, on the other hand, I'm still waiting for them to get back to me. I think I have a restraining order against that company I've never heard of before. Alright. London Hill, 100% off. I tell you what, the hardest part of London is coming out of that train underground at 100%. That'll really kick you. Whew. What have we done? 26 Ks. Well, 59th place. Yeah, we're sitting pretty. There's some people that race this extremely hard. I know to be at the front of this, I've got to be on top of my game. It won't be tonight. Yeah, I saw the Peloton name change, yes. Whew. I'm not on a smart bike tonight, so that's why you're probably hearing the gears. Right. Alright, so if you haven't seen one of these starts before, you've got to be behind the beacon. You've got to float back. If you're ahead of the beacon, I think you get wiped from the result. Look, Peloton, what I respect out of their business model is they own the consumer experience start to finish. You order the bike, you're on their service. If you have any issues with the bike, the screen, the connectivity, most of it, I guess, it's still got to go through your ISP. They own all that start to finish. And obviously you pay for that too. Whereas I think I said last time, there's probably 27 different vendors involved right now for what I'm doing. It's bike shoes, power meters, ant sticks, Bluetooth, PC. Floor mat, towel. I mean, that consumer experience as a whole is a beautiful thing. Less frustrating as a client or as a customer if you need to troubleshoot. And the hardware it runs on is theirs. Well, they know it back to front anyway. My issue at the moment, issues with Bluetooth on an HP PC, so is it HP's problem? Well, that water bottle's done. Look how well behaved the bunch is. That is awesome. Everyone has a lot of respect for Tim and the rides that he runs. That's really good to see. That didn't happen overnight though. Tim has spent years honing his craft and typing messages like that. Ideally, if you want to be on the front, you start a little further back and get a massive run up. Like now. Gonna see if I can get far enough ahead of the bacon not to be caught by Pac-Man. Well, I made it near the front. Oh, that heart rate. No, I'll be dropping back soon, don't worry. Strength effort up here. Huge bunch behind. Huge. Look at that. Two lead out trains. That's new. See the riders switching trains? That's really interesting to see. There are a lot of people up the front here. It was cool to see the riders switch trains. Pac-Man's on already. Whew. No long route badges coming soon. Maybe some short route badges very soon. And dropping back. Two groups off the front. Hard to see with those name tags in the way. That's better. Split in this group here. Those name tags are in the wrong spot. Split city. Yeah, that front grip is gone. They weren't swallowed up, were they? I kind of missed it all. Can't see any on the map. Ha ha! Someone's attacking up the front. So you can almost miss that with all the text on the screen. I think I pulled the pin about 5 to go. That's all I need for a workout. It's going to be a chilled ride in a couple of Ks. 1.5, I'll pull the ripcord. After pulling this guy back. Pseudo tea at the moment. Or sweeto. Is the correct pronunciation. Alright, 5Ks. That'll do. Ripcord pulled. What's the gap we had? Wow, that bunch had a good gap. Look at that. That was a good blob to be in. And there they go. Where's that bunch? Look at that. There's more than daylight. There's light years between. Look at that. That is phenomenal. Look at my rear wheel. I've got to get that trued. I think it's going to the bike shop tomorrow. Hey, Gemini. Now, can I clear Pac-Man? Roll in with that Pac-Man chasing me down. Training plans on Zwift. It really depends. It really depends. I think any training plan is going to work. If you're going from unstructured to structured training, you'll see a benefit. But it depends what you want to focus on too. There's so many different types of riding and riders that you can be. Some you can choose, some you have to blame your parents for. Here comes another blob. Go, little blob. It's not the Pac-Man, no. "50 seconds up the road" is that first bunch versus this crew that's coming through now. Hi, crew. There's one more blob in this Pac-Man. Peter Mullins. I think a lot of that positioning to get in that front blob is right when the hammer goes down. Be up the front, push near the front. You've got to spend a lot of energy though. But you don't want to miss that split. That front grip I was in with that grip that just passed me then. That's a lot of time gap. You're gonna come flying past me. No, no plans on Virtual Pro anytime soon. We need a rear vision mirror. Here comes Pac-Man. Thanks, Maxi. Here comes Pac-Man. I think we'll stay clear. Here's where to go. If you want to win it from the bunch, you're already gone from here. It's too late otherwise. I won't contest it. See, look at that though. You guys can have it. But that early jump, don't go late. Don't go late. I got it, did I? I did. Didn't even pedal for the last 150. Always go early. Oh. Let's have a look at the top. What's the time gaps? +3, +4, +16, 17. A few that are dropped off. And then down to 30, and then where we are, which is +124. So that would have been the second little group there. Huge time gaps. Ah, good stuff. Always go early. Always go early. If you can hold, that is. No, the best training plan is the one you stick to, the one you complete. My own training at the moment is just those 5x5 efforts, just building a nice base, hopefully for summer. Thank you, Poop Scoop. Thanks for joining on the chat. I'll be spinning here for a few more minutes as we cool down. There's the bacon. There he is. I hope you didn't see him at the end. He wouldn't have been far off though. Oh, we can do massive ride-ons now, can't we? The ride-on blobs. Thanks. See what he says about that. Tim's home power meter. He's having some trouble with it. Not his bike one, his house power meter. Yeah, so the Hump Day Ride, easy, chilled ride for most of it, and you can make whatever you want of it at the end. That was fun, just staying with the front blob until 5 to go, and then dropping back through, and then just making a little bit of a race of it at the end there. Yeah, sticking with that front bunch, it's like real life. You're sticking with that front bunch is one thing, but being competitive at the end from that front bunch, it's a whole different level. There's some very strong riders. Exactly, it's just practicing race tactics, what works and what doesn't. Jonathan, coffee, thank you. I might need it tonight too. It's a good stage of the tour, kicking off very shortly. Lee Egan coming out with some words. He's probably getting banned from the platform if he continues on with that junk. Nice one, mate. Keeping it real. Good job, Bacon. Who was he calling a wanker? Oh, he's having a go at Bacon, is he? Well, there you can pull your head in. He's taken Tim's Nah, I won't get involved. There's systems in place for that. Whew. Alrighty. A few more minutes of cool down. That was harder than I thought, as it always is. Fire away any questions in the chat. Oh, hills again. Whew. Thank you, M. Dags, 1978. That's a good year, 1978, actually. It's a good vintage. Speaking of which, yeah, I'm feeling old. Definitely am after that sprint. Whew. Alrighty. Oh, it's so calm through here now. Look at that. Before it was, what, 2 trains through here and splits and names and things going everywhere. When designing workouts in Zwift, would it be best to leave the option to select a predetermined cadence? Cadence doesn't have any impact whatsoever, other than if you don't hit the zones, I think it tells you to change your cadence, or spin more or spin less. Cadence doesn't impact anything in erg mode. I'm not sure. To be honest, I haven't played with cadence at all. It's so... I know the zones I need to be in. If you're climbing hills, then it's always going to be lower than 100. In TTing, 100 to 98. It really depends. I'd leave cadence out of it. I was always matching my cadence for what I wanted to do outdoors. If it was a TT and I was averaging, say, 98, that's the target range I'd be doing. Strength efforts are obviously different. Box Hill? It wants to take me to Box Hill? Alright, I'll go through to at least 45k's. Alrighty, this stream's been going on. We've got an hour 40 stream. Check the wheel spinning. It's a bit of a shadow bug at the moment with Zwift. Or is it only from certain angles? Yeah, I've got to get those zips looked at. They're not quite round. Hot tip, I believe it's fixed very, very soon. $44.8. Almost done. Almost done. We'll be back tomorrow morning for some more. Let's see how the heart rate holds up tomorrow morning. But not like Zip's to buckle. No. Actually, I run an old Zip 900 disc. That's brilliant. 45k's. I think we're done. Oh, yep, we're done. Alrighty, thank you so much for the company, everybody. The questions, the comments. It all helps me get through those sessions. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the chat too. I love the questions that come through here. I mean, you get thrown anything. And I do live and breathe this shit. It's what I do on my personal time. It's what I think about when I get up in the morning. What am I going to test? What do I want to learn more about? So hopefully everybody benefits from that as well with the content that I put out. It's not just work. Although, trust me, some of it is. And you may see some of that in the next week or two, depending on what gets released and what doesn't. There's a lot going on with product that I guess if released, you'll have a better product thanks to some of the work we've been doing behind the scenes, which is always a bit of fun. Regardless, it's always a good workout, isn't it, whether the power meter works or not. Keep an eye out for my updates tomorrow. Fingers crossed we're on schedule for tomorrow. We should have those zip wheels sorted. I'll take them to the shop. Alright everyone, thanks for the company. Enjoy the tour stage tonight. Going to be a big one. Watch to see if there's any shuffles on GC. Alright, back soon. See you later.